All right, all right, all right. We're going live. Hope you guys can hear me. I have no verification. When someone starts watching this, you gotta let me know if you can hear me or not. What's up? What's up? First viewer. Can you hear me? Can you comment if you can hear me properly so I can know my headphones are working? I'm not sure if you can use Bluetooth headphones. Drop me a comment. If you guys can hear me, drop a comment so I know you can hear me. That would be super helpful. What's up, guys? Yo, just so I can verify if you guys can hear me, can you drop me a comment? Quick comment saying, yeah, Pierce, we can hear you. We can. Let me know. Let me know. We're walking and talking Belgrade. That's what we're doing today. Ooh. Ooh, that's a big ass dog. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm just gonna assume that you guys can. That's the important part. All right. So welcome to the live stream, guys that are just joining. We're here in downtown Belgrade, in my neighborhood, Vračar. We're taking a little walk. Taking a little walk. We'll see who comes along. Just gonna walk it out. We're gonna hit some of the main spots in Belgrade, do a little tour. So Belgrade is made up of different districts, just as in many other cities. And this one is cool because this is the kind of hip neighborhood. A lot of bars, a lot of cafes, a lot of cool people. It's pretty nice. Got to go around these kids. Can't trust these children out here on the live stream. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we're doing a little walking. So where we're headed to now, we're heading to the St. Sava Cathedral, the probably the most famous tourist thing to see in the city. Second largest cathedral in Europe, as far as the Eastern Orthodox people are concerned. And also, if you consider Russia to be part of Europe, I think that's definitely a weird line that we're not sure about. Hey, you guys in the chat, can you hear me? Can you comment if you can hear me? Taking a little walk. So as I was saying, the St. Sava Cathedral, beautiful place. Ooh, Serbia. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, Stefan. Yo, Stefan, can you hear me? Shoot me a comment if you can hear me. I gotta know, man. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, this is a walk and talk Q&A. Any question, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know I have the Bluetooth headphones in. Like it's hard to tell. So this is my first time doing like a serious live stream like this, besides the podcast. And it's Monday. I don't have work today, so I was like, hey, I'll come out. I'll show people the beautiful city I'm living in. You guys want to go to the market? I'll take you guys to the market. We're gonna go here. So this is downtown Vračar. Look at this guy. Slusham. He's like, listen to me, I think, right? I'm listening, bro. Yeah, today it's not too hot in Belgrade. It's something like, today it was probably in the 30s. It's probably in the 30s, but today, like right now, it's pretty nice, but it's like 5 p.m. So like a couple days ago, it was almost 40, and it was awful, honestly. It was so freaking hot here. And I have this guy. So the story goes that I live on the fourth floor, or sprat, as they say in Serbian, of this apartment complex. It's a pretty nice spot. But there's this old man, Mr. Bojorovic. He's like probably in his 70s, and he lives by himself. I kind of feel bad. He's like one of those pensioner guys that just like kind of, he smokes cigarettes and drinks beer in his flat all day by himself. Sometimes he has his son come and visit, but the dude doesn't have an air conditioner. So he's in this apartment pretty much 24/7, no air conditioner, and he just kind of sits in there. I feel super bad because at night he like has to keep his door open so he can get some airflow in there, because the difference between the first floor and the fourth floor is ridiculous. So the cool part, we're like, we're homies. Every time I open my door, he says, "What's up?" We give him a ciao or a zdravo or a dobar den. Totally depends. So yeah, so that's the story. It is hot here. The long story short. So this is a little market by my house. It's pretty much closed, but they have some good stuff in here. If you're ever trying to get some fresh produce, this is the place to go. You can get some nice thing. Ooh, Jamie Young says, "What's your favorite Serbian city you've visited so far?" That's a good question. I was just in Sremska Mitrovica, which, if you're really interested in, ciao. If you're really interested in small Serbian towns that are beautiful, historic, I think that's a really good one. I was in Niš. I've been in Niš. I see you, Sudan, and yeah, Niš was nice. It's a lot more Balkan feeling than I would say like a Belgrade or a Novi Sad. I think the more north you go, it probably feels a lot more Central European, and in the south it feels a lot more like Balkan, meaning more like North Macedonia. Bravo. Bye bye, she says. North Macedonia or Macedonia, depends on what you want to call it, or Albania. So I think in the south you get a little bit more of that Ottoman influence, and the food is super good in the south, like so good. I had the best burek of my life in Niš. Really, really couldn't believe what I was tasting actually, and yeah. So I don't know, man. There's lots of good cities in Serbia, but I feel like it's not as I guess Novi Sad is probably the one that everyone would say, because everyone's very excited about Novi Sad. I find Novi Sad very pretty. I find it a little bit boring, to be honest. There's really not much going on. How do you guys like the market? Would you have this? Leskovito? This is my favorite letter here in Serbia. It's yeah. So it's funny because they always do like one letter, one letter. This is also one letter, but it's two for us. Crazy Serbs, man. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's plenty of good places to visit in Serbia. It just really depends what your vibe is. What are you looking for? What are you looking for, man? What do you wanna do here in Serbia? I guess is the question. If you're really interested in large Yugoslav housing complexes, I think maybe this is kind of the city for you, Belgrade, because this is the largest city, obviously, in the country. This was the center of the power, and they were able to build large houses for all the people they needed to bring in from the countryside, I assume, in the socialist revolution of the 1940s and 30s. So they built these things, and a lot of these are built in the 50s and 60s and 70s. So you can pretty much find this is kind of how Belgrade functions. Yo, bro. Yeah, Dave. Talk to me, Dave. I'm here for you. So yeah, we got if you're gonna, there's one thing that characterizes Belgrade, and that is lots of apothekas, which is a pharmacy. Lots of pharmacies. Lots of small cars with hatchbacks. That's also a thing. And the new thing here is lots of Range Rovers. There's low key, lots of money in Belgrade floating around. And I don't really understand it because probably the average salary here in Belgrade is like 800 euros. So you have this like super 1%, which is making US euro money, in the upper millions. And they ball out pretty hard. So you can find lots of nice cars here. Sometimes you'll see cars from the neighboring EU countries. But the funny part is that here in Serbia, you can see they have the blue EU plate, but they don't have the EU kind of like stars that go in a circle. So I kind of find that funny. This is a new thing I've also seen here in Belgrade, this takeout kind of bicycle thing. Very popular, although I have no idea how that's going to work in the winter. Seems like that wouldn't work out. So we're on the way now to the St. Sava Cathedral. You can see it popping out right here. It's this neighborhood's really cool. It's very trendy. You got like really good vibes, and I think the thing for me about living here, why I chose to live here out of all the places I could have lived in Belgrade, is cafes and bars and restaurants. Like I love living in my apartment, walking downstairs, and finding just a bevy of different places to go eat, to go drink, to go hang out with friends. And I think Belgrade has one of the highest propensities of bar and restaurant per capita. So I mean, you can find an unbelievable amount of bars and restaurants here, like more than you could ever imagine. And it makes it really enjoyable because you can pick a different spot every night. It would take you probably 55 years to do all these things. You can see the city kind of change in different parts. I'm going to take you guys to something that's quite cool, which I enjoy. Let me flip this around for you. And we've got lots of, let me see if I can cross the street here and not die. First of all, love this. Very famous Scandinavian actor, repping it. If anyone knows this guy's name, he's always the villain. He's got that villainous face. And it's probably the best beer in the world. That's a lie. Carlsberg's really shit. But that's my own opinion. What do you guys think of Carlsberg? But what I'm telling you here is that Belgrade specifically has so much variation. How do you like people here in Serbia? I will be honest. So let me talk to you about this and I'll tell you. So they have so much cool graffiti in these cities. Alexandra, my ancestors, I am an Eastern European boy, half from Poland, and then the other half is from Italy and Wales. So as an American, it depends. This is like one of the country I feel like I maybe look like I am a little bit Serbian. People say this to me. They say, that guy could be Serbian. And you know what? I feel it. I'm a Balkan boy. I feel it. So you got Poland. Uh-oh. You can't hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Oh. Come on, man. You got to be on the ball. Can you still hear me? Okay. Yeah, so since my family is from Poland, we're talking Northeast Europe and Italy, Southern Europe, I think like Serbia is kind of, if you took like two lines, it would be right there. So here's more of that graffiti. I mean, I love this city because it's so varied. The architecture, it's really cool, man. You got like, this is very European. You got the buses, but you have this really, like everything's broken here in Serbia, which is nice. So I'm gonna take you guys to see this. If you guys haven't subscribed to Tales from the Road, I've been doing this for about a year, and goddamn, I put in a lot of work. So if you guys like what I'm doing here, toss me a subscribe. I'm making lots of Serbia content. I'm trying my best. All right, so look at this thing. How cool is that? I mean, this is like probably like a 1920s building. You've got the graffiti and everything. Beautiful. I love this stuff, and this house too. It's cool. So to answer your questions, I think the first one I'll address is: Am I of Serbian origin? No. Am I of Slavic origin? Um, I guess I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself a Slav. I would consider myself an American because my family came over from various parts of Europe in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and so I'm not really anything. I'm like what you would call like a generic white American, but I don't like that term white because it's just like not descriptive enough. Um, it's I don't know. It's just weird. This is a great place for a photo shoot. Like I don't know if you guys saw this one, this building. Oops, sorry. We got this older building here too, and it's got like this beautiful like dead ivy on it. So pretty, actually. And yeah, this is just a typical little back alley here. And over here, you got the ivy building. So you can see the difference in the eras. So behind it, like you can see this modern building is probably more in the 80s or 90s. This one here, you know, you're talking like maybe 50s or 40s. And this is the more traditional style, which reminds me of Europe. And yeah, I don't know. And then here you can see the cathedral again. It's really cool, man. See, you hear that sound, guys? That is the typical Balkan car sound right there, right there. Oh, thank you for watching the Kyrgyzstan Macedonia series. I put a lot of effort into these videos. I'm not gonna lie, guys. And God, these chats are so they're not staying long enough. Oh, okay. So Jamie said, "How is Serbian food? What are their influences?" Oh, we got some gypsy kids coming up on me. We'll see what happens. What are their influences? So yeah, Serbian food. Serbian food is pretty good. It's very meat heavy. Like the food you find in Serbia, they eat at these places called rostilia. You can tell me if I said that right, but rostilia are like these grills, meat houses. I have a video coming out where I do some street food, and so you guys will see that for sure. But yeah, it's super heavy. It's like pork, chicken, beef, sausages on a grill. I think that's the main point. And yeah, and then they make my favorite part about Serbian cuisine actually is they make the best freaking bread that you can ever find. I mean, there's something it's called lepinja, which is like this soft, squishy bread. It's phenomenal. And like today I had chavapi, which is you know these little kebabs kind of things, with some cut onions and some bread. And for lunch, I mean, it's really hard for it to be better than that. So you guys know what I look like. So here, let's go check out more of this. So yeah, and then so Serbia is cool because Serbia is like on the front lines between Central Europe and the Balkans. And so it's the most European Balkan country, meaning it has the least Ottoman influence, probably. So you can still find some foods that the Ottomans brought here, but the Serbians have done their own thing, and because like the Serbs are Orthodox um, Orthodox Christians, um, these people like they can use like pork, they use lard that you wouldn't find in Muslim countries for sure, which is interesting. So you can have it like traditional like Turkish kind of dish, but totally Serbianized because they're using things that the Muslim Turks would never use. So you can find some Balkan restaurants in the U.S. I think there's big communities of Serbs in central like the Midwest, I believe, like near Chicago and also the Northeast outside of the suburbs of New York. Oh, Eve had a question. Let's see. Oh, where'd it go? What is your favorite country for food? Oh, favorite country for food. That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to say one of the Asian countries. And the reason why, probably, see, like for example, I lived in Vietnam for a year. Vietnamese food is very like it's really good, but sometimes it's just kind of repetitive with the flavors, and that's what I'm also feeling here in Serbia. Like I love Serbian food, but it's like you can only eat so much meat and bread and like cheese before you're like, okay, like do you guys have like anything else? Um, which is kind of my problem with it. But that being said, I would say the United States has the best food, and I'll tell you why. It's not because of the food that we make in the U.S. It's because we have immigrants from everywhere in the world, and you can get whatever the hell you want pretty much anytime. You know, it's like what we do back in my hometown of Albuquerque. Like my mom and I, especially when I go home, we'll just every night we'll have like we'll do Italian food, then we'll do authentic Cambodian food, then we'll go to a spot that's like that's does New Mexican food, and then we'll have authentic Mexican food, and then we'll have something else. So I think, yeah, when you're in a big city, especially one with immigrants who like to do their food the way that it should be, not the way that they think the immigrants would like it, I think that's the best. What I'll say is, like, if you ever eat food in a big city, especially in Europe, especially like Asian food, or I'll answer your question in a sec, Yvonne. Thanks for watching. Yeah, then like Asian food in Serbia, or not in Serbia, but in Europe, just sucks because it's not authentic. They don't add the flavors. They try to dumb down the spices, and they can't get some of the ingredients that they would normally get. But in the U.S., you can get everything. Ooh, do, 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 do. You can get everything. So it's really the best thing. Look at these buildings, guys. Look at these buildings. Got a lot of styles. Look at that. And we got back over here, and then we have the cathedral. So look at that. I'll tell you guys more about this when I get to the front. So Eastern Serbia. Did I go to Eastern Serbia? The only place I went in Eastern Serbia was Smederevo. But I don't know. Would you consider that Eastern Europe, Ivan? I'm not sure. So here we go. Let's see how everyone Cyrillic is doing here. Although that's a new one. I've never seen that in Cyrillic before. Weird. There's a great chocolate shop near you. Ooh. So here we go. Svoim. You know, it's an interesting thing because you guys write especially in the Orthodox Christian world, the Cyrillic that you guys use, it's old school. So I can't actually read some of it. There we go. Look at that. Biggest church in Serbia. Maybe the biggest church in the Balkans. Apparently they're building one in Romania that is also enormous. It's supposed to be the biggest Orthodox church in the world. Look at this little dog. Let's follow him. Where's he going? He's like an old boy. So, sorry. Any uncomfortable situations in Serbia? That was the next question. It really depends what you consider uncomfortable. Honestly, Serbians are great. Everyone I've met here is super nice, super helpful. I got nothing bad to say about Serbian people. The streets here are incredibly safe at night, so there's never like a moment where you need to worry about like someone robbing you or someone giving you like shit. It's really the quality place. Oh, it's such an old dog. Everything here is great actually, as far as like living standards and people being nice. The only thing is like sometimes taxis can rip you off, but if you're an experienced traveler, it's not that big a deal, I would say. So I wouldn't worry about that. But no, actually, the only uncomfortable situation. Oh, I have a great story for you guys. Do you guys? All right, give me if two more people like this video, I'll tell you a great story about not an uncomfortable situation, but a hilarious situation that happened to me yesterday that I had to tell my brother. It was so funny. All right, we got one more like. Toss me one more like, and I'll tell you this story. Or we can get to 10 likes. I'm at 8 likes now. Come on, do it. Like the video, guys. This is a great story. Wow. And then I'll turn around and you guys can see the epic nature of this. All right, we're at 9 likes. One more like. You guys are getting a hilarious story for me. Oh my God, we've done it. We've done it. We've done it. I love this. All right, here you go. Beautiful. What do you guys think? Pretty epic church. This is the Saint Sava Cathedral. Technically it's the 4th or 5th largest. Don't like. Oh, come on, man. It's pretty good though. Technically it's the 4th or 5th largest Orthodox cathedral in the world, depending on who you're asking. Since the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul is now a mosque, I think this is number 4. There's 2 more larger ones in Russia, and there's 1 more larger one being built in Romania. So if you discount Russia and you discount the one that's not finished in Romania, this is your church. This is it. We got this lady. She's chilling. All right, so here's the story. So the story is I was in a small town called Smerska Mitrovica. It's a great name. And so the long story really short was I was sitting, I had a bus, it was super hot, I shot my video, and I was like walking, I had eaten a big lunch because they make really good stuff. And I had a really nice lunch, had a couple beers, and then I was like, all right, I need to just walk back so I can catch my bus. So I'm sitting kind of like under a tree, watching some Prison Break, because that's my series that I've been consuming recently. Look at that. Beautiful. And I was watching some Prison Break, And this man spots me. He comes out and he's like, brate, dobro? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, you brother, you good? I'm like, I'm fine. Like, everything's good. Because I was sitting on the ground and I think he was like confused why I was sitting on the ground. I was like, I'm good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. He doesn't speak any English. I'm like, okay. So basically, he just doesn't think I'm okay. He's like, why is this random American guy sitting on the ground? In Serbia, we don't sit on the ground. I don't know. We Slavic squat, you know? No, I don't know. Anyways, he invites me into this bar, and it's like one of these bars that's, one of those drinking men's bars, where it's like dingy inside, it's dark, just a bunch of men drinking and smoking cigarettes. It's like definitely like no one's like actually making money in there, kind of thing. Everyone's a pensioner. So he invites me for a beer, sit down, we drink the beer, and he just continues to go to talk to me, to talk. And very nice guy, but he just didn't speak like any English. And so I'm starting to do the translator. We're having a little conversation. I'm a teacher. I'm trying to practice my Serbian. Really bad at Serbian. I can speak some Russian, but Serbian very bad. And so basically what happens is I'm already super full and I just chugged a bunch of water. And so he makes me finish this beer, which I can drink a lot of beers. It's not a problem for me. But I was just so full. It's hard to drink a lot of beer when you're very full. I don't know if you guys have been there, but I was definitely there. So the unpleasant situation was he kind of made me take a rakia shot, which is, that 40% alcohol. Take the shot, and then he's like, you need to finish your beer. And it was like 10 minutes until my bus arrived. So still had like 330 milliliters of this beer. So I chug it, and I'm feeling just really bad because now I'm really full of just beer and rakia and all this lunch I've eaten. And I had to get on a bus in 10 minutes. So I was like, damn, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can get on this bus. So I had to go back to my college days, and I had to pull trig. And you guys have to know what that means. If you don't know, you got to ask somebody. I had to pull trig right outside the bus station so I could like ensure that I would be okay for the bus ride. And that would be my uncomfortable situation, puking outside of a bus station after drinking a lot of beers. But that's like a hospitality puke. That's not a negative puke. And I was fine. It was just hilarious. Sometimes you get into situations in this life. And what time is it there? It's time for you to get a watch, my friend. No, it's like almost 6 p.m. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not. The thing is, like, when someone invites you for beer, it's on you to be a good invitee, to be a good guest. And I knew when I was invited for the beer, I wasn't paying for it. So the least I can do is drink the beer. I gotta take the. Sometimes you gotta take the negative just to have the positive. So I think that's part of it. Um, is it okay that you don't wear a mask? Of course, I'm vaccinated, baby. And even if I wasn't vaccinated, I wouldn't be wearing a mask because I've had COVID one time, and I don't know. I'm gonna live my life. I haven't been wearing a mask every day since I left. That's a good question. Since I left Mexico in January, so 6 months, no mask. If you guys don't want to wear masks, hit the like. But no, I don't know. Do what you guys think is best for you. But wearing a mask outside, I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Also, there's no one here who's gonna get me. So we are walking. I'm gonna show you guys now. So we're on the back side of this cathedral, and there's this really epic. Switch it over here. Really epic. Look at that beautiful little building, like administration building, in the Yugoslav style. I really like it actually. Pretty good, right? You got a car park. Let's see if I can find a Yugo for you guys. You guys know what a Yugo is, chat? Comment if you know what a Yugo is. Shout out. I'm trying to be the bald and bankrupt of the Balkans. He loves Soviet stuff. I love Yugoslav stuff. Very interesting. I'm gonna go up some stairs now. Yeah, and the cool part, the thing I just love about Belgrade is it's just such a mix, man. It's such a mix because I think this street is even better. You got like these nice modern high rises that are probably built in the last like 20 years, tucked right next to it. House from the 50s for sure. You got this monstrosity from the 70s, and you can see another kind of monstrosity high-rise situation. It's really cool. Have you guys all been to Belgrade? Also, make sure to like the video, guys. If you stayed in the chat, if you stayed with me this long, there's 15 of you online right now. Toss me a like, man. Working hard out here. Whew. But it's good. So, can you live there with 2,000 euros a month? brate. Easy, man. You can live here with 1,000 euros a month. Like this is what I want to debunk about travel. Everybody thinks that it's super expensive to. Everybody thinks it's super expensive to travel. Incorrect. Everybody thinks it's super expensive to live abroad. Also incorrect. So the main point is, yeah, $2,000, $2,000, 2,000 euros would, dude, you'd be living like a goddamn king. Here is the point. Most people here in Belgrade make 800 euros a month. So, and if you go to other parts of Serbia, it's even cheaper. Look at that. I love how it peaks out, you know? Yeah, less than 500 euros. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So 2,000 euros. King. Absolute king. Let's see. All right. So how you like the hills and inclines built into the city when walking? Well, the long story short is I do appreciate the big inclines. Here's why. Because I eat a lot of food. And sometimes I have days where I need to eat a lot of street food. And because the food is super fatty, if you get the incline, you can feel less bad about yourself at the end of a large Serbian meal. I think that's pretty fair, right? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome for the info, man. Yeah, basically anywhere in the Balkans is really, really, really cheap. Yeah. So the point is, if there's inclines, you don't have to feel so bad about it. You can you can eat that burek. You can do your thing. That sound is children playing in the fountain. I don't know. I don't know what the community guidelines of new children is on YouTube. I'm not going to show that. And then yeah, this is a big. I don't know if I can walk in there. Should I walk in there? Should I be respectful? I don't know if you can just walk in there with this thing. I don't know. All right. Well, should I walk in? What do you guys think? Should I walk in, chat? Should I go in? Let's see. All right. We had another question. Let me see. What was the question? What's your fave thing of Belgrade? That's a good question. Favorite thing in Belgrade? I don't know. It's a chill city. It's just it's nice. Actually, the low key, my favorite thing is it's safe. It's really safe, and it's very walkable. So it's just the quality of life here is really nice. I'm gonna walk down to Knez Mikhailova, the center of the city, after this, and you guys can see that for sure. Any special food or place? It's a good question. I don't know. Specifically Belgrade. It's a really hard question. I'm gonna walk in, but I'm gonna have to be quiet so you guys can join me by coming in. But I'm not gonna talk. So just everybody chill. Yeah, that place is great, right? I mean, there's not too much you can say negatively to represent that place. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's one of the most ornate places you can probably go in the world. I mean, it's crazy. So this is an Orthodox church. I don't know if you guys all know about the Orthodox ways, but cool part is you can come down here and light candles. You always find a lot of old people, a lot of young people. You got to light a candle. It's like a pilgrimage site for lots of Orthodox people as well. So this is like one of the most pilgrimaged buildings you can find in the religion. This is kind of the same thing as the, not the Hajj in Mecca, but a lot of people from many places are supposed to come to this cathedral. And apparently Putin was here. Old Vladimir, he showed up. And sometimes you can find a shirt with his face on it. Let's see. I know they have it. No, I don't know. They have like the souvenir stand here. And sometimes you can find old Vladimir. Would you say hi in Serbian? Your language. I'm not Serbian, girl. I'm American. But I can say hi in Serbian. Zdravo. Zdravo. Can you say it? The important part about it is you have to be able to roll your R. Ra, ra. Ooh, there we go. There we go. So it's zdravo in Serbian. So I can say zdravo, kako si devojka, which means, hey, what's up, girl? It's like one of the most important things you gotta know. Zdravo. See, you can talk to old ladies. You can use it in many ways. I'll say zdravo to lots more people. It sounds like French. Does not sound like, well, I don't know. Depends on y'all. I can speak French too, but yeah, it's a little bit different. One of the other best things about Belgrade is they have popcorn everywhere. So if you're really into popcorn, they call it kokice. Kokice, I think. Kokice, yes, they have it. How long have I been living here? I've been living here for, I just want this in the background, so, I've been living here for almost 2 months now, and I have one more week here, and that is it. My Belgrade experience is over. I came here for the summer to chill a little bit. I've done 10 countries in 11 months, so I needed to relax a little bit. Do you watch anime? You go to sites if you have. I don't watch anime. I'm not an anime guy. I will say, it's a good question. I'm not a big anime guy. I want to show you guys a guy that I do want to be, and I will tell you I will be covering in my final weeks in a second. I'm going to talk about this guy first, and then you will hear about it. So here we go. This is Mr. Karađorđe. He was a famous Serbian military guy, and one of the most famous Serbians, I guess, in kind of the modern Serbian state. And this guy you can find in lots of places with that name. You can find his name on food. You can find his name on streets. You can find his name on buildings. And the best part is the scimitar. So the cool part is like Serbia is like this perfect mix between like kind of Eastern culture and Western culture. So you have like he's dressed like a European guy, but he's got the scimitar like a Turk or like a Crimean Cossack guy, which I love. I'm a big fan of that. Thank you for my Independence Day. I appreciate it. It's almost a month late, but I respect it. Almost fell in a hole. So the question was, what am I doing in the last weeks that I'll be here in Serbia? So we have a tour of Golubac Castle Fortress, which is a massive kind of like fortress on the Danube. It was built by it was built by lots of different people, but it was most important for the Ottomans, for the Serbians, for the Hungarians. They were like fighting over it. So that's an interesting one. I've got a video about Serbian desserts. Very delicious. I had to do that in 2 parts because I couldn't eat 5 different desserts in one day. Serbian desserts. We've got a Serbian street food one. Very happy about. And one about one of the 4 ancient capitals of the Roman Empire coming up as well. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud here. So I did do the desserts. It was a good idea. It should be good. It should be very good. And yeah, and then what about the one of the 4 ancient capitals of the Roman Empire was actually in Serbia. I said Golubac, bro. I said Golubac. Come on. I didn't say Golubac. No one says that. I'm not a I'm not a typical American man. I can say things. I can say things in Serbian. Like, how about this one? Prolaz tešake. There it is. Or my favorite one, the exchange office. Menjačnica. Menjačnica. Plus plus. That's it. So we had another question. We had another question from our friend R. Sadiu. So, are you so interested with history? Oh, yes, I'm very interested in history. History is like, I don't know, history, it's just like everything about this world happening right now, right? Like, you can't understand this building. You can't understand this hot lady slot machine place. You can't understand why this tree is here without understanding history. So, um, as a proud supporter of accurate history and of teaching academic things, you got to teach history, man. It's like importance, you know. It's like if you came to Serbia and you didn't understand why they use why they use Cyrillic, Shamponi, dude. Look at this guy. That's really important. But it's also equally as important to understand why this building looks like this and why this building looks like this. I don't know. I would say that if you're going to learn anything in school, you should learn how to think critically. You should learn some history about people, so you don't turn out to be a racist. Because a lot of people that are racist actually are trying not to be, but they are. And thirdly, you should learn some basic math so you don't look like an idiot when you're paying for things. I think if you can get out of school with those three things, you've learned a lot. Ooh, Akni Bubuljica Mitisera. What does that mean? Anybody? What is this? Kreza. KrezaSpuni.com. I don't know. I like they have the style here. I really like the style. Still trying to find a Yugo, chat. Still trying to find a Yugo. What do you guys think about the streets of Belgrade? Pretty nice, right? It's probably like not what everyone expects when you hear Belgrade. Probably depends on the person. Also, if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed to Tales from the Road, please subscribe. Anti-acne cream. Yikes. That would make sense because I said acne. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, guys, and you didn't like the video yet, you should definitely hit the like button. If we get up to 50 videos, I'm probably gonna eat with 50 videos. If we get up to 50 likes on this live stream, I'll probably eat something for you guys. So, and you guys can probably pick. You guys can pick what I have. So, if you haven't liked the video, hit a like for me, and we'll keep it rolling. So now we're heading to Slavia Square. Slavia Square is kind of one of the hearts of old Belgrade. Wow. Anybody? What do we think about this? Pretty good, right? Yeah, so now we're heading to old Belgrade. Ooh, that girl did not look like she wanted that in her face. Here's what it is. And we have a nice little sign here. Slavia Square is pretty cool because you can take, this is also the place where if you come to Belgrade from the airport, it's going to dump you off here. So it's good to know. Good thing to know. All right. So, any other questions, guys, that I can fill in so I can talk while I walk? This is a Q&A, so feel free to participate. Feel free to participate. All right, we're going. Where are we going? We're gonna go this way. Let's do it. I'm gonna try not to die. We got a Dutch car. Ooh. Shawarma bar. I like shawarma. I really do enjoy a good shawarma. Kind of like my thing. See, this is cool too. You get these like early 1900s buildings where they actually were carving things into the stone. But it's great because they haven't cleaned it very much, probably in the last 100 years or so. So you have this like layer of I don't know. Cool. And then of course it wouldn't be Serbia unless you had some serious, very, very serious graffiti. And as I said, a place for glasses can be. All right, so we're coming into the old Slavia Square. I don't know why they call it a square. They call it trg in Serbian. the city looks less of air pollution. It doesn't have that much air pollution, honestly. I mean, I've been in, the thing is when you come here in the winter, because a lot of these Balkan cities, they burn coal and it gets pretty cold here, you can definitely experience some air pollution. All right, this is a great thing. You have pekara, which is a place where you get some bread. And an excellent thing that I really appreciate about this area is I hate McDonald's with almost every inch of my soul. I hate McDonald's. I haven't eaten at McDonald's in probably 5 or 10 years. But hey, if that's not a nice building for a McDonald's, I don't know what is. Very pretty, very fancy. They keep it up. And this is kind of more of the traditional fast food you would find. This Tata Beach pizza, I've only seen that here in Serbia. So you can get like a really low quality piece of pizza for like $1.50. Basically, it's 100 to 1 for the dollars. I'm not gonna get a low quality cheeseburger, but thank you. I would rather get a shish kebab. Much better, much better. So we're gonna go around here, this circle. Ooh, now it's just mess. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it because of these huge advertisements. I think that's kind of cool in a weird way. But I understand if it was prettier in the past. Things do change, though. Things do change. I don't know. This street, which I don't remember the name, but I'm gonna have to find it. This street goes all the way down to the old train station, and it's beautiful. They have really beautiful old buildings. I guess it's Železnička stanica. No. All right. Cool. Nemanjina. Yes, that's it. That is exactly it. One of the main streets of Belgrade. It ends at the city center. What special food of Belgrade? Have you tasted them? Girl, you need to watch my YouTube videos. All of these things could be answered with about 50 minutes spent watching Tales from the Road. But yeah, I'm just a big kebab guy. It's just it's like kufta or like kebab or it's like a million different things you can find all over the world. So good, so good. I had it for lunch today, to be honest. So I don't know. It's just kind of like the lifeblood of this city. Sorry if there's a little wind, guys. It's a little windy. Here you guys can see. Oh, see, this is where I had lunch. The Walter Sarajevski Kebab. They even have their own little car. That's great. So this is the street Ulica Nemanjina. Nemanjina. That's great. So we're gonna cross here, and then we're gonna go towards the older city. No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad you're asking the questions, and I'm happy you're sticking with me, and you're interested in Belgrade. So as long as you're subscribed and you're ready to watch the videos, I think that's the main point right now. So all right, come on. My one pet peeve about Belgrade is that the lights here take an unbelievable amount of time. I don't know who built these systems, but you could stand at a crosswalk for like about a minute and nothing changes, and then you stand another minute and like literally nothing changes. It's really quite ridiculous. There we go. All right, there we go, guys. I know I'm losing you because I'm not moving. I'm sorry, but so I'm going to be starting I started a podcast. And my podcast was more about trying to make sure I don't get run over by a tram. They're sneaky here. So my podcast was more about different things and different places I've been. But my plan is to really do some more, not political stuff, but really to talk about the life from the point of view of a traveling 26-year-old, a digital nomad who has strong opinions about things and who has a love of the way that things used to be. And I just hate my whole channel, and what I want to do is I really don't want to make it about me. I really want to make it about the stories of the people and the places that I'm going to, and I kind of just want to be your lens or your guide or your teacher, whatever. Like if you're new to history, it's kind of something I'm interested in doing, sharing what I've learned. But I really hate vapid social media culture, and my goal is to to talk to really talk about this, and also my experience being in different countries and interacting with different people my age, with girls, what it's like dating abroad. We'll talk about that too, and other things you need to know if you really want to build your life abroad, because it's easy, it's fun, but there's also things you should know and take into consideration before you do it. So if you guys have any questions about that, super happy to ask it or to answer it. If you guys have any questions about other things, I love politics, I love history. Oh, speech umata. I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that? Sorry. Sorry to my Serbian guys. Not sure I can say that. Does YouTube filter people in other languages? I would assume so. All right. We'll see. Gonna wait at another stop sign. This is the other side of Slavia Square. The cool part is you can see here, you can see the cathedral. It just looks good, like from pretty much every vantage point. And yeah, I don't know. Interesting place. What do you think about Serbian girls? Ooh. Do you want the real answer, or do you want the nice answer? It depends. If I get to 25 likes, I will tell you my real deal opinion on Serbian girls. Let's get to 25 likes. If you guys are watching, you want to hear my opinion on Serbian girls? Let's get up to 25 likes. We can do it. We can do it. So I'll save that for later. But Serbian people in general are very nice, very friendly, and great guys. But come on, guys, 25 likes. Only 25 likes. Whew, God, I always feel like I'm going to get hit by a bus in this town. Chinatown. Yeah, they have a Chinatown. I mean, pretty much everywhere these days has a Chinatown. See how we're still waiting, chat? It's like ridiculous. So everywhere. Should I just go for it? Oh, I'm going for it. Okay. So everywhere in the world pretty much has a Chinatown. Apparently there's a district here called Block 70, which is in New Belgrade. I haven't been there myself. I would like to see it because the Chinese food that I've eaten here has been pretty awful, to be honest, and I would love to be proved wrong. But yeah, they have a really large Chinese import market. Yeah, this car, it's a nice one. Chinese market, and weather here's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's 30 degrees today. Yeah, so there's a Chinese market in Block 70, and apparently it's supposed to be really nice, really generally quite a good place if you want to buy cheap Chinese imported products and goods. So I was gonna do a video over there, try some Serbian Chinese food, but just kind of far. I don't really like taking buses here, so I haven't made it happen yet. But it's on the list of things to do. All right, so dobrodošli. That means welcome. Welcome. So as an American living in Serbia, to say dobrodošli, chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If you guys are just onto the live stream now, welcome. Tales from the Road first walk and talk live stream. You can ask me questions about anything from digital nomad to politics to culture to history and everything in between. Also, when we get to 25 likes, I'm going to tell you what it's like, my real opinion about Serbian girls. Because if there's anything that anyone typically knows about Serbia, is that they have some of the most beautiful goddamn women in the world, like ranked. And I wouldn't lie about that. That is a true statement. It's very strange. I don't know how people here are so pretty, but they are, and it's very distracting. You know, you see men walking all the time in the street and then getting hit by cars because they've just been distracted by the booty. That can happen, you know. It can happen, chat. Not me though. Not me, of course. We had a question. Question was, there's no Chinatown, but there's an Asian market. Yeah, I mean, there's not necessarily like it's a Chinese district. I mean, I haven't been out there. It's not like a town, I wouldn't say. Here are people practicing the very common, sport here, basketball. Serbia, for those of you that don't know, is like one of the best sports countries in the world. And if Yugoslavia was still a country, they would destroy people in sports. Basketball wouldn't even be a competition. That basketball team would be so good if you put Nikola Jokic and old Slovenian boy. I always forget his name. I have no idea why I always forget his name. But and then the Dragon brothers, and the other ones. Geez, the Bogdanovich brothers. It's pretty serious. Pretty serious. So it's funny because you can see Nikola Jokic on oftentimes on advertisements. He's such a goofy looking guy. So some people think he's a very good looking guy. I don't know. Is Nikola Jokic an attractive man? What do you guys think? It's an elementary school. Here we go. Republika Srpska Nacionalna Služba. Ooh, služba. I know that word. Služba. What the hell does that mean? I know that. Anybody? Služba? So this is kind of where we get into the little bar district. There's a lot of excellent bars in this area. I've sat at this one before. they have a really nice deal. It's like $2.80 for a cocktail, for their cocktail of the day. That's great. It's really great. Oh, Chinese spot. Pretty good. Here's the thing. If you ever see an Asian spot with Asian patrons, normally that's a good sign, because when on Chinese tour groups, they typically write where you should eat in the city when you come, and they only go to the same like 5 places. And if it's full, that means they're doing something right, which I respect. Here we have some other nice graffiti, and Ulica Krunska. It's a nice thing. Do you miss Vietnam? Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate that. I miss Vietnam sometimes. I would say it's probably living in Saigon was actually, I think, my favorite place I've ever lived, like without a doubt. The city has so much, I don't know, like passion isn't the right word. It has electricity. When you live there, it's just so goddamn impressive living in Vietnam. Like the food is great, the people are so nice, the nicest people, everyone's helpful. And living in Saigon, you can do everything. They have cool clubs, cool bars, cool places to go out, cool museums. The only thing is you just can't stay there for too long, because sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming, especially with the heat. That's really not, yeah, it's really not for me. So I stuck it out for a year, especially when COVID started, and I was kind of at the breaking point where I was like, I'm going to stay here for another year, or I'm going to need to get out of here. So unfortunately, I had to leave, and there hasn't been an opportunity for me to go back. So smart car. All right, keep it moving. I noticed that a lot of people in Belgrade have dogs. This is a very dog-friendly city. It's really common. And this other thing that's common here are these murals of people that they've all over the city. It's very interesting. So during the pandemic, did people go to school in Serbia? Yeah, I think so. Things are more open here than they are in other parts of the world. I don't know. I mean, it's the summer, obviously, so I don't think people are actually in school right now. But it seems like everyone in Serbia is preparing for some sort of restriction to be set in after September, like when the tourist season dies down. So I imagine that'll probably happen, but I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. All right, guys, if you give me 5 more likes, I am definitely going to tell you my opinion about Serbian girls. I know I'm going to make an entire video about this probably, but we're at 20 likes. I need to be at 25 likes, and I'll give you my full-fledged opinion on the Serbian ladies. So here, I'll show you guys, is another Orthodox church, a very small one, but a very pretty one nonetheless. This is kind of reminds me a little bit more of something you'd see in Armenia. Try not to get hit by a car. And here they have the traditional, patron saint of the old Serbian thing. There you go. Serbia handled the pandemic well. I mean, places where you don't see masks doesn't mean they handled the pandemic well. It just means people either gave up or decided it wasn't useful to wear masks, or as a society didn't want to wear them. So I don't know if it's well or not. I think the stigma on masks is very complicated. But in my opinion, in a lot of the countries where people just kind of have other stuff going on and don't really want to do what the government says, they didn't wear the mask. In other countries where the government has a lot of power, like what I saw in Mexico, where you don't mess with the government because they will mess you up. People were wearing masks and following some of the most arbitrary, stupid rules I think I've ever seen in my goddamn life. So this is the embassy row here. We've got the Belgian embassy. Very pretty. Shout out to the Belgians. Do you have any Belgians watching? Probably not. I feel like most of you guys are Serbian, which is cool. I dig it. And over here we have the Brazilian embassy. Try not to walk so much in the sun, but we got to go this way if we want to go to Knez Mihajlova. That's kind of the main point here. All right, guys, we only need 5 more likes for my main opinion on Serbian girls. 5 more likes. If you're watching the video and haven't liked it, toss me a like, bro. All right, hold on. Let's go over here. Let's go over here because we have another famous thing that I'm going to show you guys, and this is kind of like a daily walk I do. When you work from home, I don't know if any of you guys work from home, but I imagine that's more common because of COVID. It can be really repetitive getting up, going straight from your bed to your couch. Ooh, yeah. Going straight from your bed to your couch. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. Or, maybe you can work on your couch. Bed to couch, and then to desk, then back to bed. You got to get out. You got to walk it around. So, have I seen any Brazilian ladies here? I think there's Brazilian ladies everywhere. Brazil's a big country. A lot of girls flying around. But I haven't met any Brazilian ladies here. I like Brazilian people, though. Some of the nicest people you can ever meet. Look at this dog. Very cute. All right. That was a great one. What do you guys think about that dog? High quality dog. So I'm taking you to the secondary church here. This one's a little bit older. It's called St. Mark's Cathedral, I believe. And it's very pretty, especially in the golden hour. Pretty damn good. Probably gonna walk. Watch out, Porsche. Probably gonna end up walking like 15 kilometers for this video. So I hope you guys appreciate that. The least you can do is give me a subscribe. That's kind of the main point. But I'm just trying to provide nice content and give people interesting things to look at, talk about, check out. And for those that aren't able to walk around the beautiful streets of Belgrade, here's an opportunity for you to check it out. All right, so let's go check out St. Mark's Cathedral. I gotta cross the street here. Crossing the street. All right. You're going to pass the National Assembly? Yeah, I am. I will definitely go past the National Assembly. It's on the way. We're gonna go here, then we're gonna go across. Gonna have to wait. We're getting to the city center, so it's getting a little bit more busy. I'll show you guys another thing I love about Serbia. Everywhere they have these payphones, which most of these in Belgrade don't work, but when you get out of Belgrade, they it does work. Shit. Cool. I don't know. When was the last time y'all used a payphone? Let's see. We had a thing here. Seems like there's a great vibe. Would you consider living here full time? The real answer to that is no. I would not consider living here full time because the weather here in the winter is very cold, and I'm not a winter guy. And I think right around maybe October, November, probably it gets quite cloudy, and then it just starts to be really cold. So it's not really my thing. More of a summer guy. So I would probably not live here full time, but I think if you're out here in the summer, it's good. Early spring, maybe in the fall, always good. But you guys have seen me. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is in the old sunset. So no, I wouldn't live here full time. Also, I think there's cheaper places you can live in the Balkans with a similar quality of life or lifestyle. I think this is the biggest city you're going to find in this region, so you kind of get the benefit of bigger city life. But overall, there's other cities that are just as good, so you can live in cheaper. So I don't know. I like Belgrade, but it's not like my number one city I've ever lived in kind of situation. So here we go. St. Mark's Cathedral. What do you think, chat? Pretty good, right? You always get a nice mix here. Once you get closer to the touristy areas, you get a higher propensity of gypsy guys on the street. Last time I was here, there was actually a gypsy band playing some really great music. I was a big fan of that. And yeah, it's beautiful. If you like the church, toss me a like. It's pretty nice. I just remember the first time I was in Serbia was like, I don't know, like 4 years ago. I had this like summer trip and I was going through all the Balkan places. It was weird because like my first impression of life here, it was much more Eastern European. It was like I didn't really understand what was going on here. And I think if you come here for like 4 or 5 days, they're like shooting a movie here or something. For like 4 or 5 days, it was just like, I don't know. The city felt very different. But now that I've lived here for a while, I'm very accustomed to it. It's I don't know. It's beautiful. It's like very chill. It's much more chill than I remember it being. I just remember Belgrade being huge because all of the other cities in the Balkans are not that big. So I'm going to take you guys in here too, which means I'm going to have to shut up real quick. So let's be quiet and enter the church. So an interesting thing for me is Orthodox churches are still operational. If you travel to churches in Europe, especially Western Europe, they feel like museums. It doesn't feel like anyone actually uses them anymore. But when you go into an Orthodox church, you will always see people in there praying, which is unique because when you go to mosques, especially around the Muslim world, there's always people in there praying, and a lot of times you're not allowed in there because they are praying. But here, specifically in Serbia, what I've seen in Albania and in Macedonia is people actually in there doing the religion thing. And it's different than like when you're in Italy. Of course, on Sundays people are in the church, but it just especially when you're in Western Europe, like Belgium, Netherlands, like the churches are just like kind of for show. Like there are people that go in there, but it's not people who are like 80, 85. Seriously. So yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's cool because everyone has the same. I like tradition. Tradition is it's great and it's great to see. So when people have this very strong identity and tradition that people uphold, I think it's cool, man. I like really dig it. I'm not a big religious guy myself, but it's cool to see people participating in a way that makes a difference to them, which I think is a beautiful thing. Look at that. Look, it's just everything here shines in the sunset, and it's just lovely, absolutely lovely. There was actually a question here I wanted to address. I saw one. Oh, it was about plums. It was about plums. Sliva. Yes, I've had some. I'm gonna have to keep it on me now, Chad, because there's too much sun coming from this direction. So, um, Sliva is delicious. The plums here are actually really good, and they're pretty cheap. You can get like a kilo for like 150 dinars, which is like $1.50, something like that, $1.60, depends. And they make it nice as rakia, which is kind of the point. You gotta really good, really good. What's your guys' favorite kind of rakia for the Serbians that are watching? Let's see. So now we're getting close to the city center, getting very close. Checking it out, waiting at another thing. I'm telling you guys, you spend your whole time in Serbia waiting at stoplights. Sometimes, and it's weird because everyone here follows the rules of the road like quite a bit. So it's generally pretty strange because in most countries they just really don't. Because the Balkans is kind of messy. But I'm just gonna go for it. See, they're waiting for it. Now they're going. It's funny. So as we go this way, let me make boom. This is a great building right here. So this building over here is the post office from the old Yugoslav time. I believe it was probably something else, and then they made it into a post office. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I love the style. It has that brutalist, massive, like the state is bigger than you kind of vibe. I really dig it. Quince. Ooh, I had the Quince one. Quince one's good. Bunya. I'm a big fan of the apricot rakia. That's certainly my favorite. The one that really makes me feel inspired. And over here, you can see the kind of outlines of a nice big building we're gonna get to in a sec. Just gonna keep walking. If we get 4 more likes, guys, I will tell you my opinion of the Serbian ladies. We're at 21 likes, we need to get to 25. So if you haven't liked the thing yet, shoot a like. Shoot a like. It's great. Also, if you haven't subbed to a channel, if you haven't subbed to the channel, give me a subscribe, guys. I'm working hard. There's 91% of you that watch my channel. 91% don't subscribe. Call those ninja followers or ninja watchers. Don't be a ninja, guys. Toss me a subscribe. It's like, support the channel. Come on, do it. Just kidding. Yeah, did you go to Bandung? That was the second video I ever made. If you want to see someone cook an egg in an active volcano, you can do that on my channel. It's the second video. Bandung's great. What a beautiful place to be from. Very different vibes than what we've got here in the local. I said Shlivia. I know it's hard, man. Because sometimes it's like, I'm not Serbian. I'm not a Serbian guy. All right. Yeah, I was only in Bandung for the day, and so I wasn't able. I just made one video, but it's super pretty. I was only there. I was actually there with a friend just for the day, and what a place! Motorbiked out to this volcano, and would love to go back. I want to go to Indonesia, see Java, the whole thing. Just really do it. Look at that. This is the Parliament building. I don't even know what this is. I walk by it every day. Should probably know. Anyone know what this building is? Is it in the National Assembly? And if so, what's the difference between a National Assembly and a Parliament building? Does anybody have any ideas? Wow, there's like tourists in there. He's in. He hopped the fence. He's going for it. It's a beautiful building though. All right, we're three likes away from my story about Serbian women. We're getting there. Well, for those of you guys that have stuck around with me for this whole time, thanks for watching. It's good that you guys are participating. I really respect it. You know, I like the live streams. It's good. You feel like you're part of the city. You know. Subscribe when I was at 350. Nice. Respect, man. Respect. So you've been with me through the whole journey. You know, about to hit 4K subscribers. I don't know if I'm really satisfied with it after a year of work, but it is what it is. You know, I think my channel has its own slant. The thing is, like, I just want to give you guys authentic feelings abroad. I don't want to sugarcoat stuff. I don't want to give you ignorant tourist stuff. I don't think that helps anybody. And yeah, I want people to learn stuff, and maybe learning is like less appealing than just like, oh, this building is so pretty, or like, these are my first impressions of Belgrade, even though you've already been there for like 2 months. You know, not trying to give you lame stuff. And, you know, if it takes longer to get subscribers that way, fine, dude. I'm going to educate the world. It's going to happen. And then, you know, I'm going to educate myself through that process. So it's like a circle, you know? Here is a lovely bar right here. Old school. Love it. Ah, we're on the hunt for a Yugo now. Let's find a Yugo, guys. Yugo. Or we can find a Zastava. Zastava? I don't know. We've been talking quite a bit. That's okay. Well, you're subscribed now. Welcome to Tales from the Road family. It's a family, and we're happy to have you. And especially from Bandung, because I would be there. I actually have a good friend from Bandung. She studied there. The cool part about Bandung is they have an old Dutch kind of settlement town, which is just lovely. All right, I'm gonna try not to get hit by a car here. All right, come on, mate. All right, here we go. So this is a cool building here. I don't know how much you guys can see. Yeah, the sun's really killing this walk to the north side of the city, but it's all good. There we go. There we go. That's a nice one. We got the old Huawei building. Come on, guys, 3 more likes, and I'll tell you a nice story about Serbian women. Or if you have an interesting topic, an interesting story you'd like me to share from my travels, I am happy to share it. Just ask. This is an open forum for asking about anything travel related, anything Serbia related, anything related to anything. I'm a big talker. Some people say I'm an extrovert on the scale of ENTP, blah, 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 whatever the hell those are. Oh. And so yeah, I'm just out here. Really glad I took the walk today. I was very, very lazy earlier. Huawei. Yeah, Huawei is everywhere, man. And that's why they rule the world. You can see they have the big Huawei sign up here. And this is a really cool old Yugoslav building. I really like the vibe. It's beautiful. So we're getting close to Knez Mihailova. So if you guys want to see the beautiful center of Belgrade, stick around for another 10 minutes. We'll be there in a sec. I'm walking as fast as I can, I'm going to be honest, but, you know, talking to the walk and talk, you know? So one impression that I really like about Serbia is, I don't know, what do I like about Serbia? One impression that I really like about Serbia is it's not too busy. Belgrade is like a big city, but it's not overcrowded. So I think that makes it enjoyable to live here. The people are really open, and it's a very mixed place, and that's nice. What's the most underrated place you've been to? Ooh, that's a good question. Let me see. What's the most underrated place you've been to in your travels? Like any places you believe should get more recognition for? Well, if I tell you, then it won't be unrecognized, and then I can't enjoy it as much. No, I'm kidding. So, this is a funny thing when you walk in Serbia. You can sometimes get like hit in the face because they all have all of these AC units outside. So sometimes you get splashed right in the face with some water. So the most underrated place I've been, I don't know. I think the most overrated place I've been is Costa Rica. I think everybody loves Costa Rica, but I'm just not a lay on the beach tour kind of guy. I find that a bit boring. Um, Costa Rica was super expensive, and the beaches were just about as nice as any other beaches you can find. So I think Costa Rica is all about like going to the jungle and stuff. So I'd say Costa Rica was the most overrated. I don't die. And underrated, I'm just gonna say Uzbekistan. Like it was on my list for a really long time, and it's such a special place. I mean, the architecture, the things that you can see there, the food, the culture, the people. I mean, if I was to give a place like a 4 out of 10, Uzbekistan like gets a damn near 9.5. The only thing is some of the infrastructure in Uzbekistan doesn't work very well, and they have really bad internet connection. Or else I would love to spend like a couple months there exploring the various cities. It's so cool because you get like the Uzbek Turkic culture, you get the Russian culture, you get the kind of Middle Eastern Arabic kind of culture. It's so like varied in such an impressive way, and I mean, goddamn, it's a great place. So I would say Uzbekistan. The whole Central Asian region was just fantastic. Starbucks? Yeah, there's a Starbucks here. I don't think there's that many because just like many places in Eastern Europe and Southern Europe, they have a very strong coffee culture, and they don't really believe. I don't know. It's like if you have a strong coffee culture and you actually like coffee, then like why would you go to Starbucks? I'm not a big supporter of any big fast food chain. I think they're stupid. I don't know why you would spend $7 on a latte when you can go to like some local guy who maybe looks something like this. Maybe he looks like that. I don't know. This is an interesting thing. This is a political statement about Kosovo. You can find these all over Belgrade and Kosovo e Metohiju. That's like the region that Kosovo belongs to, and you can find a lot of national. You can call it propaganda, but you can also just call it messaging. I mean, it just depends. The graffiti here is great. And I guess this is a famous general, Serbian general. I'm not exactly sure. Someone told me the story of this when I walked by it once. Um, yeah, so they have a lot of like pro-Kosovo messaging in Belgrade, which makes sense. And I met some, I've been to Kosovo. I've met some interesting people from Kosovo and met lots of people from Serbia. Everyone has their own opinion, and I have no opinion on the subject. It's just interesting to see. But yeah, back to the fast food culture. I hate fast food. I don't know what you guys think about fast food, but if you're going to come to a new city, don't eat fast food, or at least eat local fast food, so you can kind of get a taste of what's happening. Oh my God, red light! I gotta run. So you can get a taste of what's happening. I think is the main point. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's see. So we have the Trg Republika, which means Republic Square. It's like the center, the heart of Belgrade. It's the thing where it all happens. You know what I mean? This is where it all goes down. You got the National Museum. This is kind of where you would consider the city center to be. It's a very pretty place. So we're gonna head in there. But first, we've got our tourists now. I noticed the tourism is getting a lot more rampant in Belgrade over the last few weeks. Lots of Indians here now because this is one of the only countries Indians can fly to the European subcontinent from. So you get a lot of Indian tourists, which is interesting. And yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know. I like Indian people. There's a big group of Indian guys, and they came up to me the other night and they said, "Brother, can you help me find this location?" And I was like, "Of course, brother. Of course I can. I'm here to help you. Because I'm a helpful guy. I'm a local." So here we go. Here we go, guys. All right. Anybody have a question? Q&A time. I'm getting pretty gassed. This has been quite the walk. If you guys have been here with me the whole time, thank you guys for watching so far. It's been fun. I like this. Has been a fun little live stream. Someone told me to do this a long time ago, and I just haven't really wanted to do it. But yeah, it's okay. I enjoy it as long as you guys are enjoying it. I'm not gonna do these that often, so I think maybe I'll do one per city, just just to interact with you guys to hear what you guys want to want to hear about, want to see. So if you guys have any ideas for what you want to see on my channel, that's also up for debate, man. It's up for debate. It's evolving. You guys can tell me what some of your favorite videos have been so far, if you want, or you can say they were all terrible. That's also fine. I'm not taking offense. Look at this lady zooming. Where is a popular park? Good question. So if you go, well, we actually walked through it by that St. Mark Cathedral, the one that I just walked by there. There's a place called Tash Maidan Park. I don't know what it means, but it's a favorite park. I don't know. The city's a little bit more full than it's been. I know. I just think it's also during COVID time, so it's probably just less busy than it was. I remember when I was here 4 years ago, it was a lot busier. There were a lot more people. Also, it's been super hot, so I think people aren't coming out until probably like 6 or 7 p.m. Although now I guess it's like 6 p.m. because it's been super crazy hot. So here we are, National Museum. Have a very famous guy on a horse here. I don't know. This is a nice area. You got the Opera House, Courtyard Marriott. This is another hotel. I went in here one time. It's weird because they don't even have any security. You can just walk right in and go up, and then they have some sort of concierge guy, but no one asked you for any sort of identification. Very sketchy. Yeah, let's see. So here we go. If you're ever in Serbia, this is kind of like the place where you would start your adventure, your journey. I don't know. I think it's pretty. I just like, for me, I really like the architecture here because you have like kind of Yugoslav, imperial, modern, imperial, like Yugoslav. There's a modern hotel right here, Yugoslav, imperial, but like updated. I think that's probably the coolest thing. Wow, that guy's got a fire T-shirt. Damn. Yeah, for me, that would probably be the coolest part about it, to be honest. I am near Hotel Moskva. If you just go down this way, that's where Hotel Moskva is. I'll probably catch it on the way back because I'm going to walk to Kale Megdan, and we might stop there. I'm not sure what's going to happen. My voice is getting a little tired, if you guys can believe that. But we're gonna keep on keeping on. So, one funny thing that I've heard from my Slavic brothers is the word for theater in Serbian is pozorište, which in a lot of other languages in the Slavic world means something like danger or like be careful. I know pozor in Czech means danger, but here it just means theater. So this is pozorište Boško Buha, Beograd. So some sort of theater. I don't know. So this area is way different than the rest of Belgrade because this is probably the place that retained its history the most, as far as this is where like all of the things were built. Someone give our man another like so we can. Oh, 2 more likes, guys. I just need 2 more likes, and then we can make this happen. If you guys want to hear a story about Serbian girls, 2 more likes, and I will tell you anything you want to know about Serbian girls. Just come on, do it. 25 likes, guys. Come on, do it. Or you can subscribe to the channel, or you could do both. Both would be preferable. 23 likes. We got to get it up, man. I just stepped on a feather. I thought it was dog poop. That was awful. So yeah, so here you can see a little bit more historic things. And hey, guys, I will definitely tell you about Serbian girls, regardless if we get to 25 likes. I would just love to get to 25 likes. It's my first time doing it. It'd be good to see 25 people like what I'm doing. It's heartfelt. It's a square number. I think I think is the point. So this is also the place in Serbia where you're gonna find your big box stores. And this is if you're looking for a Starbucks, you're gonna find it here. Oh my God, we're at 24 likes. If I get 1 more like, guys, you guys are hearing some Serbian girl stories. Oh my God, we've done it. So all right, my opinion on Serbian girls. I gotta find a place that's kind of all right. Story time. So Serbian girls. I'm not sure what's going on here, but in Belgrade specifically, hottest girls in all of the Balkans. Probably, I found Tirana, Albania, pretty good as well. Like, also quite shocking. I wasn't expecting it. But the girls are just built differently here. I've heard a lot of theories, and so The one theory is that a lot of the girls want to leave here or they want to show out here. So, a lot of them, they have that kind of Kim Kardashian style here, like fake lips, fake butt, fake boobs kind of thing. So you can see a lot of that, a lot of facial augmentation. But there's a lot of just super naturally beautiful women here, tall, slender, like proportionally great. Um, so there's that. So my opinion so far on Serbian girls, besides being beautiful, of course, I will say it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Flaky. That's like my real big opinion. Flaky. I've I'm on dating apps sometimes, and I just meet people through other people, and I have never had a harder time meeting up with girls in a city before. I'm not sure it's because the propensity of hot girls here is so hot that they can treat guys like a little bit worse than they would normally treat them. But yeah, very flaky. Like I've met a bunch of girls and then I just never saw them again, which is weird. It's like I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm just trying to like hang out. And yeah, really weird. And then I message a girl. We'll message for like I'll tell you guys this. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna stay out of the city center and I'll swing it back around after the story. So meet this girl on Tinder or whatever. Normal girl, very cute, very good looking girl. And we start chatting 1 week, chatting 2 weeks, chatting 3 weeks, chatting 4 weeks. I'm like, are we gonna like meet up? Like what? Like I'm not trying to text you for like I'm not trying to text you for a month and a half. Like I'm here for 2 months. Like let's meet up. And so this girl straight to my DMs hits me with the, no, I don't really want to meet up. I just want to talk because I think texting is interesting. I was like, what? Doesn't make any like what? Are you kidding me? Doesn't make any sense. So that happened. But then I also met up with a girl and she just extremely flirty, extremely into me, and then just stonewalls me. It's just like, yeah, I don't I don't want anything and see you later. And I never saw her again. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's maybe because they're so hot, they know their value. They know their inherent value to men. And so they can just treat guys like trash. But I have just not had the best experiences, to be honest with you guys. I mean, some dates they work out, I'll say. Some dates they don't, which is also fine. But it's been a mix. So everyone's been friendly, everyone's been very nice, but the rules of the game here, I'm a little bit more confused about because when I was in Albania, for example, I was going out with girls and like you meet up, couple dates, normal. Then they message you again, hey, how are you? Never get a hey, how are you here? So it's like it's strange. It's very strange because I'm just like I've dated all around the world. I'm gonna do a whole set of podcasts about dating around the world. So don't you guys worry if you're interested in this topic. I will go into detail, my real opinions. But yeah, just very strange. I'm just still trying to understand what's happened here because my whole goal was I was gonna spend the summer here, and I was gonna it's like nice to meet people, interact with people, and kind of build relationships with people. But here specifically, some of my dude friends have been pretty flaky, and then all the girls have been flaky. So hot, really hot, but flaky. So that's my opinion on Serbian girls. We'll see. The hottest ones typically walk around here, so I will. We'll see what's going on. So you guys can see in the chat. We had a question here. Our brain is wired much simpler than those flaky girls. Yeah, Douglas, you're 100% right. I think I've been watching the Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know if y'all have seen that, and I don't know. It's a very misogynistic podcast. It's a very funny podcast, but they do bring up some good points about the differences between men and women. And in places with a lot of hot girls, they think their value is higher than maybe it is. I'm just trying to take people at like face value, like be a nice person, and like I'm not a 10 out of 10 dude. I mean, I'm an okay looking guy, but I got a nice personality and I got a cool backstory, so that should mean a lot. But here, it doesn't really pull a lot of weight. So maybe it's like the same thing like in Miami. Oh, Ennis, which countries that you've been to, they're perfectly perfect. Ennis, any place you are is perfectly perfect in my book, man. Um, I have a weird thing, but like when I was in Albania in February, the girls. Um, when I was in Albania, I don't know. I just had such a blast in Albania. Tirana, Albania, is such a wonderful city. I know for you Serbian guys, maybe it's not like your favorite answer you want to hear, but such a great place, really good vibes, really great people, not flaky, um, which is an important point in my book. But it just depends. Um, I don't know. I think there's every place like because this is my like 10th country in 11 months. I think every place has its upside. Every place has its downside, and yeah. So I mean, Serbia, you get to like look at this. It's like everyone's like, you live in Serbia? It must be like some sort of Yugoslavian hellhole. I mean, look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful places. One thing I will say about Serbian women, while we're on the topic of women, is that they dress much nicer than girls in a lot of other countries that I've been to. Um, so I really do respect that when people go out here, not the men so much, but the girls, they're really dressing to impress. They're really trying to look good. And I think, unfortunately, in Western society, this has kind of fallen to the wayside unless you live in like a bigger city. So if like we're in my hometown, Albuquerque, people dress really terribly, and it's kind of a shame. Even the men, I mean, everybody. And so what I like about here is, everybody's dressed pretty nice, and I definitely respect that. So I think because maybe there's lots of competition, and there are so many hot girls here, maybe maybe there's something to do. Maybe it's like maybe they feel like they need to dress like that. I'm not really sure though. You look at these old people; they're dressed great. Look at that man's hat. What a legend! Absolute legend. So this is Knez Mikhailova. This is the street. Hey, if you guys just got onto the chat, welcome. It's Tales from the Road live podcast, not live podcast, walk and talk. Feel free to ask me a question. We're walking, we're talking. We're in Belgrade. Yeah, no one's wearing a mask, man. Serbia. So it's a walk and talk, guys. Feel free to ask me a question. If you like the video, you gotta hit me a like. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, you should definitely hit the subscribe. That would be super helpful to me. 90% of people who watch my channel don't subscribe. So it means a lot of you are watching and dipping, man. Don't be a ghost. Don't be a ghost guy. Join the community. Trying to bring stories from around the world. Trying to give you the real talk for world travel. So you can see the nice mix out here. We got families. We got young people. We got old people. Nice, man. Very nice. And weather is beautiful. Go to the left. All right, I'll go to the left, just for you. I'll go to the left. I'm just. This is a cool little street. You'll see. Yeah, man. You're welcome for the tour. Lavon. Thanks for watching, bro. I like that name. Could be a girl. Lavon? No, I think probably a guy. I don't know. This is a funny place. This is a place where I went on my first date with a girl here 4 or 5 years ago. We sat right here. We had a coffee. We got to know each other. It was really nice. Pick up a girl. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up a girl on the live stream. Not really in the mood right now. Maybe they'll flake on me. But I don't know. Maybe it could be a positive because I have I have like all you guys watching right now. Might have to put the pressure on. I don't know. This is a beautiful building. This is the National Bank. Look at this thing. This is like Europe as Europe should be right here. Narodna Banka, National Bank of Serbia. And the things that I like, the little touches, guys. It's the doors. Look at these doors. Beautiful. Look at these. The ironwork. It's nice. It's nice. This is a great place to eat, Manufactura. It's really beautiful. It's a high quality Balkan spot. Very much enjoy. Let's see. All right, guys. What's your biggest question you've got about life in Belgrade that I haven't answered? Or what's your biggest question about my itinerary or about Tales from the Road? I want to hear some questions. I feel like we need some good questions. So waiting on you guys. And if you haven't liked the video, make sure to like the video. Women in Serbia are conservative, self-conscious, and want a serious relationship. Well, I think you're right. I think you're probably right about that. I think the women here are a bit conservative, but they don't dress like it and they don't act like it. I just think like they are inherently. So it's all like maybe it's like a tease. I'm not sure because they don't certainly don't dress conservatively, wearing short shorts and mini skirts. And when you go out here into the nightclubs, it's ridiculous. I mean, the girls are dressed up so much, it's like whoa. But maybe they play hard together. Maybe they're not interested in me because I'm not here for a long period of time. So they know they're not going to probably build a long-term relationship with me. So unless they want to come travel with me, I'm open and available. So yeah, maybe that's the case. I think it depends. Probably if you get more out of Belgrade, it's probably the difference. I'm going to take you to another beautiful church. This is the National Cathedral here. And this place is very special. They have a museum right there. I don't remember which museum it is, but it's nice. And here is it's really hard to see. I'm going to get it. Could you get by in Belgrade for 1,500 USD per month? Nigel, look at me, Nigel, look at me. Yes, of course. Yeah, you could probably have like $1,000 a month, and you'd be fine. You'd probably be cutting a little tight, but 1,500, way more than enough. It's a really easy one. All right, Ennis asked me a question. Let me see. I'm really impressed. I haven't gotten hit by a car. What's the craziest war monument there, and has a crazy back? You mean there, meaning here? Let me see. One second. All right. Craziest war monument. There's a pretty epic war monument I'll take you to in a second. And I'm not exactly sure about the backstory. They don't have, they have a park, like maybe this way. I don't know how far it is that way. But probably a couple miles. There's the National Cemetery. And then there you can find, all right, see, this is the question. Why am I waiting? I'm not a good guy. Yeah, they have a national cemetery. In the national cemetery, they have a big Yugoslav memorial, which is pretty cool. This is a beautiful building, guys. Look at this, beautiful. And so that's pretty great. It just it really depends. It really depends on the war. I noticed the war memorials here versus the war memorials in the former Soviet Union. The Russians built a lot more, like a monumental amount more monuments than what you can find here in Yugoslavia or in Serbia. I've seen a few. In my latest video, I start my video at a war memorial, which is nice. What? I've one unlike? Damn. Well, here's what I'll say, man. There's some bad people on the internet. The internet is 50% nice people and 50% horrible people, despicable trolls. And you can't have too thick a skin. You have to have a very thick skin to be in this business because people will call you out, people say terrible things, and people will dislike you for just trying your best and trying to put some interesting stuff out. Probably an Albanian. Hey, I said I like Tirana, man. I love that city. The bad part about this Albanian Serbian hate is that I only have a very limited amount of T-shirts, and one of my T-shirts is an Albanian eagle, and I cannot wear that here because I'm not trying to get punched in the eyeball. And it's asked, look at this beautiful building. He asked, what about the food? Whew, 1 second, Ennis. I don't want to die. What about the food? Is the food good? The food is good. The food is very tasty. Oh, this is great. Watch this right here. Whoa. Boom. Look at that. Old Yugoslav. Goodbye, Yugoslav, man. All right. So the food here is very good. It's very heavy. I know, Ennis, you don't eat a lot of meat, so I'm not sure that would be the best country for you unless you're trying to pound, because every time you go out to eat, it's like you gotta do the meat. You gotta do 1 to 2 kilos of meat. If you're gonna buy like this plate for two, they sell this dinner plate for two. It's always like $15 or something, and you get more meat than 4 people could probably eat. Fries, kaimak, which is like this clotted cream kind of butter situation. Unbelievable. Like if there's any country that qualifies as the land of the meat sweats, this is it. I'm surprised they don't have more like crazy meat eating challenges here. Because people really enjoyed that meat eating, not meat eating, those like food challenges where you watch these food guys eat copious amounts of meat. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have more of those here. If you're just joining the stream, toss me a like. Don't toss me a dislike, because people out here throwing dislikes at me. That's all right though. It's all right. You can't please everybody. Can't please everybody, man. But thank you guys for sticking along so much. So where we're going now is Kali Megdan. So basically, this whole area, this park, there's a fortress, a massive fortress, and actually, there's so much to explore here. It's really really cool. So oh, Nigel, yes, boy, that's the whole point. Right now, we've got there's something about Nigeria. Look at this. What is this? Doesn't this look like Nigeria, guys? That's got to be Nigeria. Is it Nigeria? I'm being stupid. Or is it the Iberian Peninsula? I don't know. Who knows? So we're gonna have a little look over. So a lot of people that come here, they drink beers, they hang out, they they view the beautiful Sava River, and we're gonna see it here in a second. Here we go. I'm gonna go over here for you guys. We go right over here. All right, hold on. See, so you can see the church here. This is one of my favorite views of the church. Look how beautiful that is. And then if we cut it back this way, I'll tell you a little bit about Belgrade. So look at this. It is perfect, Nigel. It's pretty goddamn perfect. So if we look this way, we can see the Sava River. If we go back around this way, that way, that's the Danube. So this side Sava, that side Danube. We've got some old Yugoslav buildings here, and then up here, what we've got is they're building the Belgrade waterfront, and then the cool part is on this side. This is New Belgrade over here. So I went to this in one of the buildings, the Zepter Tower. It's in one of my videos. If you want to see the Yugoslav vibes video, this is the one. Thank you. I am a living Wikipedia, bro. That's what I'm out here for. And then down here we have the Splav. The Splav, these are like party boats where people get down. This is where you find all the thoughty ass girls. This is where they are, and you need reservations to get in these. So if you want to party in Belgrade, get on a guest list because that's kind of a requirement. Sorry, I have some questions that I'm going to take now. Favorite Serbian beer, and since I've been to so many countries, rank the best cuisine so far. This is a nice sunset. It's very pretty, very very pretty. I'm glad you guys are capturing it. It's nice because people sit up here and enjoy the sunset. So, best Serbian beer. I don't know. I've tried a few Serbian beers. Zajačarska is, yep, that's the one. Yeah, Zajačarska. That one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty tasty damn beer. I'm gonna keep it this way. You guys don't need to see me. And Zajačarska is good. I think Lav is okay. Kind of a mediocre beer. Nichishko is a good beer, but that's Montenegrin, I learned. So pretty much any beer on tap they have here is good. But it's funny because they don't have a lot of when you go to a restaurant and you're looking for a draft beer, you don't always find like a tap beer from Serbia. You always find like we have Staro Pramen from the Czech Republic, or they have like Hogarden. So it's, I don't know. It seems like they love Serbian beer here, but they also don't really love it that much. Or Heineken. I hate Heineken. Who else hates Heineken? Toss me a like if you hate Heineken. I know I hate Heineken. So ranking the food. Is that what I'm doing now? Let me see. Ranking the best cuisines. All right. So. All right. I'm gonna stop talking. You guys can just enjoy the sunset for a second. In Serbian, hello is zdravo. In Serbian, welcome is dobrodošli. In Serbian, how are you is kako si. In Serbian, girl is devojka. I look tired. I've been walking around a lot. I don't know. It just depends. I did have quite a long walk. Yeah, that's true. Kako si, baby. So the best places I've been regarding the food. Does that work? That was kind of cool. So the best places I've been regarding the food. I went to Kolkata, India, and I ate some of the best food I've ever had on any trip I've been to. Just so good. So good. Yeah, I'm going to definitely get a beer. I'll probably take you guys to go get a beer with me at some point here. So, yeah, super tasty. Kolkata, India. It's probably also the best food country, I will say, Malaysia. And here's why. Because in Malaysia, you can get superb superb Indian food. You can get superb Chinese food. And Malay food is so good. It's like somewhere right in the middle. So Malaysia, like, it's just the best because you just get the quality that you can get. Because all these people, like, they live there, the cultures, they have the Chinese community, they have the Malay community, they have all these, like, different people, these boys. And it's just amazing. There they go. They were very skeptical. And yeah, Turkish food. Turkish food is good. I do love me some Turkish food. I think Turkish food, unfortunately for me, gets a bit repetitive. But overall, the food of Turkey is good. I mean, there's pretty much nothing there's nothing to dislike about Turkish food. It's overall, it's fantastic. I don't know. I'm going to go to North Africa this year for the first time, so I'm very excited to see what they've got in Morocco and Algeria, in Tunisia, and Egypt. These are all cuisines that I know, but I don't know too well. I love spicy food. I do, and that's why Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, those countries, it's really like my spirit. All right, guys, we're gonna get our last looks on the Sava. Toss me a like for the Sava. If you guys haven't liked the video, make sure to like the video. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Tales from the Road, hit me with a subscribe, guys. I'm out here working hard. Right now, I'm using my iPhone 11. Is the quality pretty good? It looks pretty high def on my thing, but I can never tell because I'm not on the other side of the screen. Anyways, I will be in North Africa probably starting October. So for you guys to know, because you guys are diehard on this, it seems like some of you guys have been here with me for like over an hour. So my plan is to go to, I'm going back to the United States, visiting family and friends for a couple weeks. So we're not going to have any new videos for a while. And then I'm going to head to Ukraine, for some delightful, very, very delightful Ukrainian times. Kiev, it's wonderful. It is quite peaceful here, yes, especially because I'm walking away from all the people. It's so nice. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Beautiful. And so we're doing that. And then I'm going to go probably to the Caucasus region of Georgia and Azerbaijan. I think I'm going to skip Armenia this time because I went to Yerevan one time and it was chill. It's a small country and I don't think I need to stop by there. And let's see. And then after that, I'll head to North Africa. So I think I'll probably be in North Africa at the end of October, early November, probably like that. So I'm gonna live in. I think I'm gonna live in Rabat or Marrakesh. My buddy lives in Rabat, so I was thinking about staying there with him. But if you can get me an apartment in Marrakesh, Ennis, I will. Now I can hang out with your dad. We could kick it. We have some chat questions. Let's see. Any chance I'm gonna hit up Lebanon? I would like to go to Lebanon. It would be very interesting to check it out. I would love to see Beirut. That's one of the cities on my list of important major cities you have to see. Douglas says if you drop by London on a layover, let me know. Yeah, dude, we can definitely do that. I'm more than happy to grab a beer. And we had a chat question about languages. I love language questions. Let's see. So far, how many countries have you visited? How many languages can you speak? Let's see. I visited, I think I'm on my 54th country. So I've been to almost every country in Europe, and I've been to almost every country in Southeast Asia. And then outside of that, just a smattering of random countries. So quite a bit. And languages. So right now, speak English, Espanol, but not the one from Spain, the one from Mexico, because I'm from like New Mexico, so I can like talk like this. That's actually how people in New Mexico talk, so it's not racist for me to talk like that. So yo hablo mucho español, pero ahora soy un poco cansado, pero es un buen día, ¿no? So, a little Spanish. Io parlo italiano, un po'. Italiano c'è difficile quando tu non abito nell'Italia. So, I mean, it's a little bit hard to speak Italian when you're not living in Italy because you don't really use it. Je parle français aussi, mais aujourd'hui, mon français, c'est terrible. C'est totalement. It means, right now, my French is pretty not good, pretty bad, but I can do some French. Ich spreche auch Deutsch. Mein Deutsch ist nicht so schlecht. Das ist mein zweite Sprache, my second language. So I can function in any German-speaking country with no problem, and also any Spanish-speaking country. And putain. And let's see, I started learning some Russian. So it's helpful for traveling. So здравствуйте, как дела? Меня зовут Пирс. Я люблю девушек. That stuff. So that's always good. And then I started learning some Turkish because I was planning on spending a lot of time in Turkey. So I actually worked in a Turkish restaurant, and the best thing you can say to a Turkish person is "Turkçe bilmiyorum," which means I don't speak Turkish. But then they say "Abi Turkçe biliyorsun," and because you've then said it in Turkish, and then you kind of unlock the box. And then Turkish is hard. Turkish is really hard because you have the verbs in Turkish. It's like everything's backwards in Turkish. So it's like you're speaking in rewind. You're like in the market to the store go I. You're like, what? It's a mess. So yeah, so here we go, guys. We got some Kale Megdan here. So here you can see where the fortress goes here. Beautiful. The fortress is quite big. We'll go in there in a second. And then this is a very famous statue. This guy, I don't remember the story. It's been a long day. You know how it goes. You can see the kind of people that are walking around here. There it is. And we got this. Oh, there's a question. What was the question right there? Let's see. There is no Keiko. There's always Keikos here, Beza. There's always Keikos. Where did I learn these languages? The question is, where did I learn these languages? Well, if you want to get to know me, I learned some. I studied in Germany a couple times, so that's why my German is quite good. I studied Spanish in Spain and in Mexico. I've lived there, both of there for short periods of time. It's quite nice. Ooh, this is a nice view. I'm going to give you guys this view while I tell the story. I lived in France and in Belgium for a while, so that's where I learned some French. And then I also had a lot of French-speaking friends in Vietnam when I was living there. So I got to practice during the first quarantine. I had a really good friend, Mo. She was living with me in my house, and she just we were both bored, and she's like, "I'm going to teach you French." And so we went to the rooftop, and we just spoke in French for like an hour, like five times a week for like 2 weeks. So that was very helpful. Shout out to Mo. And let's see, I learned some Turkish and Russian online. It's a well-known fact that I had a Russian girlfriend for a while, so I thought I would learn some Russian to make our relationship better. Instead, I actually made it worse because then she thought I was spying on her. So that was not good, not the good choice. Most girls would be pretty stoked about it, but she was not. And then I learned Italian because I went to school in Italy. And I'm 25% Italian. I'm trying to get my Italian citizenship soon. So yeah. And then Turkish. I got lots of Turkish friends. Got Turkish family. Love the Turks, man. Love the Turks. So let's go to the fortress. Let's do it. You guys ready, chat? Fortress it up. If you guys haven't liked the video, toss me a like, man. Just toss it. Just one button. You just do like that. Just one button. Sorry, man. The bane of the statue is the victor. It was erected as a sign of victory over the Turks. Well, there you go. He does have quite the butt. If you look at the statue, he's got a serious donk. They really made it aggressive. But actually, one of the coolest things in here is they have an old Ottoman mausoleum, which is very beautiful. And we're gonna go check it out. I actually love the Kale Megdan. It's really, really beautiful. Should I get in here? Ooh, there's a couple getting married. No, I don't have a Turkish origin, but my mom married a Turkish guy when I was 7. So his family is straight out of Turkey. So we do that Turkish life together. So I'm like an honorary Turk, basically. I'm like a, what do you call it? Like a brother in arms kind of Turkish guy. You can say that. All right, I'm gonna go see this guy. Whew. Getting pretty tired, guys. It's been a long walk. For you guys that have stuck around for like over 80 minutes now, it's like we put in some mileage here. I saw another question here. Let's see this. Should Baldwin bankrupt? She had a Baldwin bankrupt for an adventure. Yeah, I wish, dude. Yeah, I don't have nearly as much clout as Baldwin bankrupt. But actually, my buddy was telling me a story. I met this guy here. He runs this YouTube channel called Belgrade Beat, and I guess he had a mutual friend who was here with Bald, and then Bald and Bankrupt got a. I do have water. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, Eric. Yeah. So he saw Bald like the week before he got sick and almost died here in Serbia from COVID. So that's unlucky. Thank you guys for watching out for my health. Delicious. Here's the guy. There you can see his butt. Pretty aggressive, right? Yeah, Bald is based in Prague, but he's been down here a couple times to Serbia, I think. Maybe just once. I'm not sure. So here you guys can see this is where the Sava River meets the Danube. So the Danube is like there, and then here's the Sava River right there, which is very beautiful. This is a perfect day, chat. This is a perfect fucking day. Oh, I cursed on my live stream. God damn it. It's all right. I'm not super worried about it. Just gonna put this. I don't know the story of the statue, girl. You're gonna have to hit some Wikipedia up. I know a lot. I will say I know a lot, but I do not know everything. That's the problem here. So I'm trying to get this back. 1 second, guys. Sorry. All right, there we go. Now we're back. So yeah, you can see the Danube. The cool part is like this river. I mean, this is like the river in Europe. This kind of cuts across all the important cities of Eastern Europe, and it goes all the way from Germany to the Black Sea, and everybody and their mother, as far as like an empire is concerned, has flowed down this river, which is just epic. I always think of like, the Turks, like, coming down here. Like there's all the native Europeans, and then there's these crazy Turkish people just like coming here, taking stuff over. I don't know. It must have been epic. It must have been terrifying, and you would have probably been in a fortress like this. You can see the fortifications here. This fortress was an incredibly important location in the past, overseeing two confluences of a river. So pretty good. And I believe, let's see what they got here. You guys are nice. I'll take you to a sneaky little church on the back end of Kalemegdan that not a lot of people see because they only go to the touristy part, which is this area. But they don't go down here. We're gonna go down here. So I guess we would be somewhere in this general region. There it is. All right. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just doing my best, man. And then I feel like I've earned a good dinner. I'm supposed to have a dinner date tonight, but I didn't check my phone in the last 2 hours, so I've been live streaming. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I was on another live stream with my buddy Bert. Ooh, look, these people are getting married. I don't know how to say congratulations in Serbian, but also they have this very goofy thing. It's nice. There it is. It's pretty cool. All right, do you guys have any other questions that I can answer? Well, I take you to the secret church. It's about a 5-minute walk. So if you guys have any good questions that I can answer, now is the time. There's also a Jivali. Yeah, I guess you could do that. So yeah, this is the center of the Kalemegdan. Get really good views. Really good views. Bert is the live streaming champion of the world. Yeah, he does way too many live streams. Like way too many. Cheshtitam. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He's always pointing stuff out, which I respect. But yeah, I think this is something you should do like once a month, not once every 2 or 3 days. Because I don't think anyone's that interesting. I'm surprised you guys are sticking around, man. I respect you guys for hanging with me for so long here. So this is a cool little thing. This is an Ottoman mausoleum that's here in the center. And got a date later with Eric's Russian friend Anna. I wish, man, you could hook me up. So this is cool because the Turks, they spend a lot of money donating to places like this. And there you go. All right. Interesting. Bosnian lady came out of nowhere with the hands, man. What's the narrative on COVID over there? People are telling me I should cancel my trip because of Delta. Brate. Well, okay, here's the thing. Here's what you got to know. No one here really cares so much. It's just a matter of if the government cares or not. Look at that. Beautiful. So people are kind of saying that they might shut down Serbia to an extent again. There might be new restrictions in like the end of August or September when the weather goes back to being cold. But I mean, if you're going to come in the next couple weeks, I mean, it doesn't matter. I think some countries are dealing with the COVID with the Delta variants in different ways. And well, why am I showing myself? I don't care about myself. Let's see the collar neck done. So it really depends on what the country's policy is going to be. I think the Delta thing's fine as long as the majority of the country's vaccinated. So I think that's what's happening here. So we are almost to the secret church. Oh, what is it? How do I enable super chats? I didn't even know super chats were. Oh, enable flash, save highlight, share. I don't know how to enable super chats, man. Oh, chat viewing options. Where do I enable this, brother? I don't know. I do not know. Next time. Next time. I thought this was monetized. This should have been monetized. Maybe I didn't turn the monetization on. That's all right, though. It's all good. Not everything's about money. Sometimes it's just about showing people a nice time, you know? I think people forget that, you know? Everyone's so concerned about the cash. But sometimes it's just, you know? Like I had this one guy who follows my channel, and he's like a double amputee, and he messaged me. He said, "Thank you for going to these places and showing me because I can't climb the steps, you know?" And touching, you know? That's just like, that's a reason to do stuff, you know, for those that can't, or those that are sick, or those that aren't able to do it for themselves, man. So, yeah, that was a pretty touching thing, which I respect. So, here's our secret church. I know a lot of people don't head down this way. They really should. It's very cool. There's a very famous bar over here called the Boho Bar, which I haven't been to actually, but that's not where I'm taking you. That's not where I'm taking you guys. I'm giving you the real stuff, man. The real stuff. All right, let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Everything's beautiful here in Serbia, man. Everybody and everything. That's the cool part. And then, here we go. Secret church. Coming up to it. There's like a monastery and there's a church. So we are going. Sorry, cobblestone stairs. Don't want to die. I think that's the main point, but we're doing it. All right. Whew. Girls are beautiful. You are very right, Yvonne. You are very, very right. All right. So here we go. Here's church number 1. Pretty good one. Apparently, when there's ivy on it, it looks pretty epic. And then the extra one is there's like a little chapel down here, which also is very cool. And not many people make their way down here, apparently. Look at that. Beautiful. What do you think about that, chat? Pretty good, huh? They got a nice little chapel here. It's cool. I've never been down to this park. I'm not sure how to get there besides walking around, and I have no interest in walking around that right now, which is pretty fair. So, yeah, where should we go? All right, we're gonna go back around. People going for a run. So nice, man. The weather here has been awesome. There's a famous chandelier made out of ammunition. Ah, it's this one. Yes, I've read about that. I haven't been in. Should I go in? All right, I'll go in for you guys. I'll go in. Let's see. I just don't like to be rude, you know, because some churches don't like you to film. Sometimes you have to pay to go in. I don't know the protocol. Check it out. Can check it out. I have a feeling I'm going to need to pay to go in this stuff. I don't know. All right. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys could see very well, but the chandeliers, they're made out of basically bullets, and then the centers are swords. Pretty cool. I will say pretty cool. I'm a big fan of it. Big fan. Yeah, I think I could have. I enabled monetization on my podcasts, but I haven't. I've never done it from my phone before, so maybe I thought it would be enabled, but I didn't enable it. I don't know, guys. I have a Patreon. If you guys want to send me a couple bucks, hit me up on Patreon. That'll be pretty cool. Don't feel obligated though. I'm not out here for the money, but the money also allows me to do cooler stuff for you guys. So yeah, there we go. Gonna sit up here, and I think that's probably gonna do it, guys. Let's see. I'm just gonna answer a few more questions. If you guys have any more questions, this is now is the time. I am vaccinated, yes, and yeah. And then, how do you finance your trips? So, I'm working full time as a teacher. So I teach English and German online. I do like consulting for IT companies as well. So I make like a full normal income, a little bit, less than like because I only work 4 days a week, so I make a little bit less than probably your average guy. But in Serbia, they make triple less than the average American, or maybe even more. So for me, I live like a king wherever I go, which is super nice, and it allows me to, to go to nice places and just sit and enjoy and live stream and hang out with you guys and do my thing. So, guys, I think we are going to end it here. I'm pretty drained, I'm gonna have to say. And thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video yet, make sure to like the video. If you haven't subscribed to Tales from the Road, hit the subscribe. That would be super helpful to me. And we'll probably do another one of these when I get to Ukraine. So look for that probably at the end of August. I'm going to go to Chernobyl, which should be awesome. I'm not a student. I'm 26 years old, and I'm a business professional. So, yeah, even though I look young, I'm not the youngest guy. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for kicking it with me. It's been fun. You can always hit me on Patreon if you enjoyed the content. You can just like and subscribe. That's pretty much all we need from you guys. So, thanks for watching. And yeah, there'll be more. So check out Ukraine and all that good stuff. Cheers, guys. And I'll see you on the next one.